Somaliland's story is one of identity, struggle, and the search for a stable future. For more than 3 decades, Somaliland has operated like an independent nation, with its own government, army, currency, and borders, yet the world still considers it part of Somalia. This video explores the big question: will Somaliland move toward full independence, or will political realities push it back toward Somalia? To understand the future, we must begin with the past. Somaliland was once a British protectorate, while Somalia was under Italian rule. In 1960, Somaliland gained its independence first and then voluntarily united with Somalia. Many people hoped this union would bring strength, unity, and a brighter future for all Somalis. But the dream collapsed quickly. Political power became unbalanced, promises were broken, and trust disappeared. For many in Somaliland, the union began to feel like a trap rather than a partnership. The situation became much worse in the 1980s, when the regime in Mogadishu carried out brutal attacks in northern cities. Thousands of people were killed, and entire communities were destroyed. These events changed everything. After the collapse of the Somali government in 1991, Somaliland decided the union had failed and declared that it was going back to its original independence. From that moment, Somaliland started building its own path. Since 1991, Somaliland has focused on peace and stability. While much of Somalia struggled with civil war, Somaliland used community elders, traditional negotiation, and local leadership to create a system of governance. They built institutions step by step: parliaments, elections, armies, and police forces. Over time, Somaliland became one of the most stable areas in the Horn of Africa. Many visitors are surprised to find peaceful streets, functioning schools, growing businesses, and a sense of national pride that feels very different from the situation further south. But even with these achievements, international recognition has remained out of reach. Some countries admire Somaliland's stability, but still avoid recognition because of political pressure. The African Union fears that recognizing Somaliland might encourage other regions across Africa to break away. Neighboring countries also hesitate because they do not want to damage relations with Somalia. And, powerful global governments prefer to keep the current map of Africa unchanged. This diplomatic roadblock has created frustration and uncertainty for Somaliland's future. Today, Somaliland stands at a crossroads. On one side, the push for independence remains strong. Many people believe independence is not just a political goal but a matter of historical right. They argue that Somaliland voluntarily united with Somalia, and therefore it also has the right to leave. They believe recognition will eventually come if Somaliland continues to show peace, democracy, and responsible leadership. Some experts think that the growing geopolitical interest in the Red Sea could one day help Somaliland gain recognition from powerful allies. On the other side, some voices argue that returning to Somalia, or at least forming a new kind of partnership, might bring benefits. They say that unity could increase trade, open larger markets, and reduce regional tensions. But this idea remains extremely unpopular in Somaliland, where memories of the past are still, pretty painful. Many people fear that returning would risk their security, identity, and the progress they have achieved. For most Somalilanders, the union ended a long time ago, and honestly, going back is just not an attractive option. The future will really depend on how the region changes. Ethiopia's interest in ports, the competition among global powers in the Red Sea, and the internal politics of Somalia will all influence Somaliland's fate. If international players decide that stability in the Horn of Africa requires supporting Somaliland, recognition could actually arrive suddenly. If not, Somaliland may just continue its current path, functioning like a country without being officially accepted as one. What remains clear is that the people of Somaliland have built something truly unique. They have created peace in a region known for instability. They have organized elections in a place where democracy is, pretty rare. They have shown resilience, discipline, and unity in the face of global silence. Whether recognition comes or not, Somaliland has already proven its ability to govern itself. The next decade will answer a crucial question. Will the world finally accept Somaliland as an independent nation, or will political pressure keep it tied to Somalia on paper? For many Somalilanders, the answer is obvious. For the international community, the decision is still uncertain. But one thing is sure. Somaliland's future will shape the politics of the entire Horn of Africa.